When did your toxic boss invade your privacy? I was holding my stillborn baby in my arms when my boss Jackson texted me, just heard about the miscarriage. Since you're technically no longer a mother, you don't get maternity leave and are expected to be available and on top of your assignments. Quarterly reports are due in 1 week, don't be late. The next day, he called me 43 times until I answered the phone. Great, you can talk. That means you can lead the 3 p.m. client call from home. He hung up without letting me get a word in and forwarded the 17-page PDF with all the information for the meeting. At 3:02, I got a barrage of texts asking where I was. 2 days later, my entire family was in our backyard for our Luna's memorial service. My mother was speaking about all the dreams she'd had for her granddaughter when I heard the gate creak open. Jackson walked in wearing a Versace suit. You cost us the account by no showing that call, he yelled at me, interrupting my mom. I'm reassigning your clients. You clearly can't handle responsibility. My husband Kai shot across the yard immediately and physically blocked Jackson at the gate. Get off my property before I remove you myself. Jackson actually tried explaining to my husband how I was at fault here, but Kai cut him off. This could be the Pope's account, I don't care. You have 5 seconds to leave before I make you. That evening, Kai filed a complaint with HR on my behalf. Vivian Cross, the HR director, said that Jackson was actually trying to save my job. Apparently, the client was furious that nobody showed up to the meeting, and Jackson was putting himself on the line by not firing me. Vivian actually suggested I write an apology letter to the client as well as Jackson himself. Another 3 days later, I got an email from Jackson. Reminder, your quarterly reports are due in 48 hours. Failure to present these will have serious professional ramifications. Kai called Jackson the moment he read the email. Listen you, my wife is recovering from delivering our dead daughter. What about that sentence doesn't compute in your tiny brain? Jackson shot back. The quarterly deadline comes from the board, not me. I'm trying to help her keep her job. I don't care. Just because your daddy runs the company doesn't mean my wife will come running when you snap your fingers. Kai and I went back to HR together after that. Vivian acted shocked and said she was sorry, but we needed to understand Jackson was just being a professional and following up. That my absence did cost the account, and because I wasn't responding to texts, Jackson had to resort to this to inform me of the damage my actions had done. Vivian actually suggested I start working from home ASAP. If I couldn't work, I'd have no choice but to pull our medical insurance. That would be really expensive for you too, Vivian said. The day the quarterly reports were due, I woke up hemorrhaging badly from an infection caused by stress. Kai rushed me to the ER where they started an emergency blood transfusion. Kai stepped into the bathroom for just a minute. I was literally fighting for my life when Jackson walked into the hospital room holding his laptop. Why are the quarterly reports not done? He started showing me spreadsheets, but Kai came out and literally snatched the laptop from Jackson. He physically herded Jackson into the hallway and threw the laptop at his feet. Come near my wife again. You'll be the one laying in this bed, you understand. After security removed Jackson,